Hello everybody and welcome to today's webinar. Thank you for attending. We'll get started right now. So today's webinar is discussing the upcoming spring release, and we are lucky to have with us today Arthur Chrétien from Europe, product manager for the room interface and display products. And we also have Eric Sweeney, product manager for the ECLYPSE platform, with us to discuss some very new and exciting updates to these product lines. Just a few housekeeping rules before we begin. Everyone is muted on entry. If you notice that you are not, please make sure that to mute yourself. We will keep questions to the end of the presentation, and if you have any comments that you'd like to jot down during, please use the chat panel. Today's session is being recorded, so it will be available afterwards just in case anyone was not able to attend the session today. If you do have a chance to attend any of our later sessions in the day, registration is still open, so feel free to register and attend those sessions. And without further ado, I'll hand over the mic to Charles, who will give us a short intro of what we're going to be discussing in today's session.
Thank you, Kevin. So, hello everyone. Very glad to be here this morning to talk about some exciting new product that the Distech team is releasing this coming June. We have three new solutions that Eric and Arthur will talk about today. The first one is a new solution based on the ECLYPSE platform that we call ECLYPSE Solution for Small Connected Building. This new solution has been long awaited by many of you, and you've asked us to add a new set of features to enable new opportunities with ECLYPSE, and that's exactly what Eric will describe. What is the solution about? Where does it fit in the market? And how do you actually deploy that in the field? The second solution, ECLYPSE Metering Solution. It is a new, actually a new module that we can connect to ECLYPSE that enables to connect MBus meters. So MBus stands for meter bus, and that's a common protocol that we find in Europe and other countries where you can connect meter using that protocols to ECLYPSE. So Arthur or Eric will actually tell us more about this solution and how does it work in detail. And lastly, we have some new exciting product really focused on improving the occupant experience in the room. Also that leverage BLE technology. And with this new product category, we're gonna introduce three new products. The first one, the Allure UNITOUCH, is really a new product in this category. Which is really an occupant interface designed to really provide the best user experience for the occupant in the room. Not only this product is great, but there's also a mobile apps that we're launching that can actually mirror the interface on the Allure UNITOUCH, so which is really cool for some who already have seen it in the latest trade show we went. And lastly, there's the Multi-Sensor-BLE that also can interface with the mobile apps. And I know you're probably all excited as I am to hear more about this. So without further ado, I'm going to leave that to Eric and Arthur. We're going to talk about some of these exciting new products.
Hey guys, this is Eric. Thanks for dialing in today. I'm pretty excited to go over the ECLYPSE solution for small connected buildings. So the concept is to be able to utilize ECLYPSE on small commercial standalone facilities that have not needed an elaborate control system. So the target application is going to be light commercial, retail, banking, and multifamily heating. How we're going to win with this is it's a competitive control solution based on ECLYPSE, where traditional building automation has been too expensive. So it's a new business opportunity for all of us. It's a very simple learning curve. There's not a lot of tools involved. It's not application specific as some other light commercial solutions out there are. And it is a very flexible solution. So our key differentiators is it's an IoT solution for small buildings with it REST API and things like the new BLE sensors we're going through today. You'll be able to see how these small sites, you'll be able to bring them into the IoT world. It's a simple distributed solution, and we have wired and wireless offerings for this. All right, so how do you set up the small connected building? So it's a very simple process. So we've added some key features in Express Network Utility. So you're just going to be able to use Express Network Utility to set up your networks, be able to set up some user settings. Then you're going to be able to set up some BACnet settings within your web configuration. You're going to use ECGFX program to discover your BACnet devices. And then once all of that's in your database, you can build Express ENVYSION user interfaces. And then that's it. You publish it and your users can interact with their systems. All right, ECLYPSE solution for a small connected building. Step one, how to manage your ECLYPSE connected device network. So we've added SSO to this release, so single sign-on. So you'll be able to create one server and create clients for all of your other devices to that server. So you can do this with Express Network Utility pretty easily. You set up your server first, and then you can set all of your other devices up as clients to this. So it's very quick. It's very quick to set up. There's no current SSO connection limited right now. We'll reevaluate this based on use cases, but you could technically make a VAV the server and connect other controllers through it, or an S1000. It's very flexible. All right, so ECLYPSE solution. What needs to happen for a BACnet Discovery to work? Step two. So all that you need to do is to be able to go in, set up your BACnet network, enable any ports that you'll need, click apply, and then you'll be able to utilize, we'll go to the next slide. You'll be able to utilize ECGFX program to do a discovery of any BACnet devices and their associated values. It's very simple, it's intuitive, so it'll work with any BACnet devices, ECB, ECY, and third-party BACnet devices. There is a device limit of max of 50 devices, and that's for all the ECLYPSE devices. So if you want to do a discovery with the VAV, you can. If you want to do a discovery with an S1000, you can. But there is a maximum supported device of 50. All right, so can I decrease my programming time with BACnet Discovery? So yes. Now we have the ability to add these BACnet devices, and we can save them as remote BACnet device templates, so we can reuse them again online or offline. And it's very simple to add and be able to reload these. And so how do we create a floor plan and summary pages? So if we're using SSO and we're going to create iframes to be able to see all of our distributed graphics, we've got to be able to bring some relative data back into our main controller so we can see some things like a heat map or summary pages, or if we want to use something like DVR in the main controller. So what we'll do is we'll utilize single sign-on for the navigation. So if we want to see detailed information in regards to any of our distributed controllers, we'll be able to do that without authenticating. So we'll use an iframe, we'll put in the IP address, it'll serve the graphics up, we'll be able to see all the information, we won't have to log on. And then utilizing BACnet Discovery, we'll be able to find the necessary points to be able to create things like heat maps and reports to be able to complete a seamless user interface. All right, how do I leverage distributed graphics? So this is pretty simple. We've created some new things in the node editor, so you can create hyperlinks also now instead of just iframes and DG5 files. And inside the template node, you can see that now there's going to be a remote device data tab with all of your devices that you found. So you'll be able to create templates and be able to build graphics off of all of your discovered devices and not have to do things one at a time. All right, ECLYPSE metering solution. So ECLYPSE metering solution is, it's a module that we have built. It is an ECLYPSE module. It's a standard metering application. It's international. It's mainly in Europe, but we have been getting some feedback that they've used it in other places that people are getting excited to see it. It's a very simple ECLYPSE hardware module, and it provides power to the meter bus. All right, so the ECY-MBus module for our connected system controller. So this will support up to 60 devices on the S1000. There's no licensing required. The device counts are hard-coded into the ECLYPSE firmware, so all you need to do is buy the hardware, and it provides necessary power to the meter bus. All right, the module also has a USB connection. The USB connection can plug into any of the unitary or terminal devices. They have a hard-coded device limit of 3. And the reason that it's 3 is we also provide power to the meter bus with this module, so we're using the USB power to do that. There's also no license required. All you need is the module and a USB cable. How this is going to work is with ECGFX program, there's going to be an MBus device tab, and there's also blocks that you can utilize in GFX program. At release, we will have templates built for 13 meters that we've tested and loaded, and they can be reused. These templates will be helpful for offline programming for you guys who run into them, but creating your own templates will be really easy for MBus discovery points. So all you have to do is add a device, you can discover the points, and you can save that as your own templated device.
Thank you very much, Eric. I think we'll hand it off to Arthur now, who will talk through the enhanced Occupant experience with BLE-enabled products.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. So before starting, I propose to have a look on a video before presenting all the products in details. Let's have a look on the philosophy that we have defined for this new product platform. Yes, so Distech Control have designed this new product platform, and the main objective is to enhance the occupant experience in a building with new product with Bluetooth low energy capability inside the product. So this new product platform includes 2 new hardware products, a wall device called the Allure UNITOUCH, a ceiling multi-sensor, the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE, and a dedicated mobile application that is able to connect to the Allure UNITOUCH or the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE using Bluetooth technology. So the idea of this new product platform is really to be able to set the room comfort parameters with one familiar user interface, both on a wall device or on a mobile application. All these products have been designed with the occupant in mind to be able to have a very easy to use and user-friendly product. And all these products are easy to install and to customize depending of the application that you have in the room. For instance, if you don't have any lighting and sunblind in your room, the user interface would be very easy to customize to have something very relevant regarding the application. And just to let you know that the video that we have presented is available on YouTube if you want to have a look on it or if you want to use it to present the product to customers. So regarding this new product platform, the objective is to connect the buildings to the occupants, we can, I think we can explain the key differentiator of this product platform with 5 main items. First of all, as explained, those products are occupant-focused user interface, very easy to use. Secondly, so these products are Bluetooth enabled, so it means that you are able to have a virtual remote control using your smartphone with a mirror user interface on your phone and with a local and direct connection between your smartphone and the room device, so you can connect the mobile app directly to the Allure UNITOUCH or to the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE. In addition, to be able to fulfill the architects and the building owners' requirements, we have designed products with contemporary and sleek design, meaning that those products will have a very good integration in the room and a very discrete integration in the room to be able to have product to have discrete product in the room. And another very important feature is that those products are very easy to install using the subnet connectivity on the ECLYPSE controller. So with one wire, you have both communication power of your device, and those products, and we will have a look at it on ECGFX, are very easy to customize depending on the application in the room. So after the presentation of the value proposition of the global product platform, let's have a look now on each product individually. So first of all, the Allure UNITOUCH is a new user-focused interface, including a mobile app connectivity, a capacitive touchscreen, and embedded sensors. Those products can be connected to every kind of ECLYPSE controllers, so ECY F1000, ECY 303, ECY VAV, ECY PTU. All the models of this product range have Bluetooth embedded, and like this you are able to use the dedicated mobile app to drive and to control your comfort directly from your phone. So this Allure UNITOUCH have a capacitive glass touchscreen to have a very responsive and very easy to use touchscreen. We have also a 3.5-inch LCD full color display on this device to be able to have a very easy to read screen. As explained, the Allure UNITOUCH is customizable using ECGFX program, and in the product range you have different models depending if you want to have humidity, CO2, in addition of the temperature sensor, and you have different variation in black or white. So now the two slides present some example of screens, and we need to keep in mind that with this single device you are able to control all your comfort parameters in a room. So temperature, fan speed, lighting, sun blind, and depending of the configuration in ECGFX program, you have different variation of screens with different units, Fahrenheit or Celsius, depending of the type of motor that you can have on your fan, depending of the number of groups that you want to manage on the Allure UNITOUCH. You are able to define up to 8 lighting groups and 8 sunblind groups on one Allure UNITOUCH. So After that, we can have a look on other screens. For instance, on the left, you have the general settings screens. What is interesting to highlight is using ECGFX, you are able to customize the image that you have on the left. Here you have the Distech Controls logo, but if you want, you are able to put the end customer logo on another image, depending of the project requirements. And depending of the settings that you want to control, for instance, if you want to define the language or the units, you are able to do it. But for more advanced settings, it's possible to protect with a password the access to these advanced settings. So before to discuss about the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE, let's have a look on the different models in the product range. So 6 different models, 3 black products, 3 white products. Every product has a temperature sensor embedded, and depending if you want humidity or CO2, you have different variation. And what is very important to keep in mind is that all models include a Bluetooth low energy transceiver to have a mobile app connectivity. So now let's have a look on the other new hardware of the Distech Control product portfolio, the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE. So this new product is a discrete, compact, ceiling-mounted sensors with a mobile app compatibility. So if we have a look on the key feature of this product, so this EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE can be connected to every kind of ECLYPSE controller. So one more time, S1000, VAV, PTU 303. You have in this product a Bluetooth low energy transceiver to be able to have a bidirectional communication between the mobile device and the multi-sensor. You have a motion detector, you have a luminosity sensor, you have also a temperature sensor embedded in areas where a wall sensor cannot be used. And it's important to keep in mind that you have also a blue LED on the device that gives a visual feedback. And the objective of this visual feedback is to help the commissioning process and also to help the occupant when the occupant uses the mobile app and when the mobile app communicates with the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE. For the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE, we have one model, so one model with all these capabilities, so BLE, communication, motion sensor, luminosity, and temperature. And this product is connected to the ECLYPSE controllers using the subnet ports. And so the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE has RG45 connectors to be connected on the ECLYPSE controller. And with one wire, you have both communication and power of the multi-sensor. So we present the 2 new hardware. These 2 new hardware are compatible with a new mobile application. So this mobile application will be available on the Apple Store and on the Google Play Store at the release time, late June. And from the mobile app, you will be able to make set point adjustments directly from your smartphone. And one more time, you will be able to control temperature, fan speed, lighting, and sun blind, depending of the project requirements. What is very interesting and what we need to highlight is the Bluetooth technology allow to have very simple connection process between the mobile phone and your room device. And regarding the targets and the user of this mobile app, it will be the occupant, and so it was very important to have something very user-friendly and very easy to connect. And what is interesting to keep in mind that this mobile app will have also an embedded demo version, and like this you will be able, even if you don't have BLE room device in the range, to be able to present the mobile app capability. And so this mobile app will be compatible and free of charge. It's important to keep that in mind for iOS and Android devices. So we have a look on the different feature of the different products. Now let's have a look on the configuration of this product. So first of all, how to configure a BLE device with EC-GFX program 6.2. First, the objective was to have a dedicated EC-GFX program block with a very user-friendly interface, and so that's why we have an interface with checkbox. And so it means that really easily with selecting the relevant checkbox, you are able to do your configuration of your product. And like this, you will be able to very easily customize the user interface of the UNITOUCH and the mobile app regarding your project requirements. That means that, for instance, if you don't have any lighting control in your room, you will be able directly deactivate the dedicated checkbox for lighting. You will be able to deactivate all the lighting screens on the interface. So simple to configure, and like this, it's easy to customize the user interface of the mobile app and the Allure UNITOUCH. So using EC-GFX program, you will be able to configure different kind of feature. We provide also the capability to define different feature directly on the ECLYPSE web configuration interface. For the BLE room devices, so for the Allure UNITOUCH, the EC-Multi-Sensor-BLE, and the dedicated mobile application, you will be able directly from the web configuration interface of the ECLYPSE to define the PIN code for the connection between the mobile device and the room device. You will be able to define the name of your device, and like this you will have a dedicated name on the mobile app when you will see the device. And you will be able also to define, for instance, the name of the sunblind and the lighting groups directly from the ECLYPSE web interface. And you will be able also to define the different user access and the user profile using the web configuration interface of the ECLYPSE controller. So two more slides to finish about this new Bluetooth low energy product platform. So this slide is one more time to insist about a key feature of this new product platform is the simplified connection between the mobile phone and the Distech room device. Bluetooth is a very common technology, so today it's the way of connect a device with a Bluetooth, the way to connect a mobile device with a Bluetooth device is well known by a lot of people, and so using the Bluetooth technology, it will be simple and easy to connect to a room device. So on the Allure UNITOUCH, we will have a dedicated menu to be able to directly download the app Using a QR code reader, you will be able to have access to the Apple Store and to the Google Play Store to be able to download the application. And on the Allure UNITOUCH, you will be able also to display the PIN code of the device. And like this, when you will use your smartphone that you can see on the right, you will be able to have a list of devices that you can see within range, and you will be able to define some favorites for an easy connection to your favorites every morning, for instance, and to avoid any kind of configuration every day. So easy connection thanks to the Bluetooth technology, and also regarding the different features that we have developed in our mobile application. And to conclude about this this part of the presentation, so now with this new product platform, we are able to have a full room control solution using Bluetooth. So it means that you can use a terminal application controller, for instance, ECY VAV or ECY PTU, and then, for example, you are able to connect a smart room control expansion module like ECXLYPSE or ECXBlind, and then using the subnet communication, you are able to connect your room device and then to have a wireless communication between the mobile application and your room device, and like this to be able to control all your comfort parameters directly from a unique user interface.
Thank you very much, Arthur. So to conclude the presentation, and before we get into questions, we're just going to cover a few key takeaways from today's presentation. So I'll hand it off to Eric to start us out, give us a refresher on his part.
All right, awesome, guys. So key takeaways for ECLYPSE for small connected buildings. So the big thing is it's a new market opportunity. It's a very cost competitive solution for small box retail, and it's very simple to set up. For ECLYPSE metering, it's compatible with every ECLYPSE device, and that makes it really flexible. It's a very simple setup with ECGFX program.
And regarding the Bluetooth low energy enabled products, so we need to keep in mind that now we are providing an intuitive interface for convenient control of all the comfort parameters directly from a wall device, but also from a mobile application with a local connection between the mobile phone and a room device. And this new product are also simple to configure and to customize to have a user interface relevant regarding the application in the room.
All right, thanks guys. So we're at the question period. I'll check the chat panel for questions. If anyone wants to speak up, feel free. In the meantime, I'll mention a couple of things. First off, we're still one session remaining tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So if anyone is able to make that and hasn't been able to make the sessions that we've had already today, there's still a session open for those that missed the earlier ones. And of course, please pass this on to anyone that you may know that may have not had a chance to register. Registration is still open. The other thing to bring up is the fact that to abide to new international laws on communicating our marketing communications and new product releases and new information about Distech, it requires your opt-in. So this uses a new platform, and if you haven't been receiving the latest communications on the release, for example, then this may be the reason why you have not been added to this mailing list. So this will require your action on this. The link is below, or you can also contact or visit our webpage for this information as well. And finally, before starting the question period, I'll just mention that there is documentation available to support the topics discussed in today's presentation. So if ever you need to go get a deeper dive into the details of how ECLYPSE SSO, for example, would work, then you'll have that information available to you in the updated user guides. And the same thing applies for our BLE-enabled product